I love a good wagon. I know they are becoming a thing of the past, but I like the fact that instead of just another SUV or CUV on the road, you have an actual car. Now, most SUVs are usually car-based anyways, but it looks and drives like a car and gets fuel economy like a car and has the utility of an SUV. Sadly, I don't have a lot of wagons on this channel since they are few and far between, but when the opportunity arises, I review them. Take this 2004 Volkswagen Passat. This is a GLS 1.8 turbo wagon that is pretty simple in design and features, but presents a nice car to the driver, and it's a manual. The majority of Passat wagons sold in the US were equipped with automatic transmissions, so finding a run-of-the-mill car that isn't a 4-motion all-wheel drive or the W8 powered car with a manual transmission makes this car somewhat of a unicorn. The Passat was available in 4 distinct trim levels: GL, GLS, GLX, and the W8. And the majority were equipped with very nice standard features that were usually optional on other cars, such as power sunroof, alloy wheels, and leather seats shown in this car. The Passat represents the 5th generation B5.5 as a mid-cycle refresh that ran from 2001 to 2005. The Passat is now in its 9th generation, running since 1973, and is only available in the estate form. Our Passat was built in Emden, Germany in December of 2003. Hey everyone, in today's in-depth review series, we're taking a look at this very nice and very well equipped 2004 Volkswagen Passat. Now this Passat is in the GLS trim, and it is painted in shadow blue metallic, and it features the anthracite leatherette interior, and that was an option on this vehicle. I do have full pricing on screen, and a full options list will be in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. And of course, it's a station wagon, which makes it even all that much better. Now today's review is going to be a full in-depth review. We're going to cover everything from the exterior to the interior. We're going to cover mechanical bits, performance, and everything else in between. Because our car is not equipped with the 4-motion all-wheel drive system, this Passat is front-wheel drive, and power comes from the 1.8-liter dual-overhead cam 20-valve turbocharged and intercooled inline 4-cylinder engine. This engine is of cast iron block and aluminum head construction, and features 5 valves per cylinder, 3 intake, and 2 exhaust. This engine is of the EA113 AMB engine family and has electronic multi-point sequential indirect fuel injection, a Borg-Warner KO3 turbocharger with 8.7 max PSI of boost, and a 9.5 to 1 compression ratio. This engine creates 170 horsepower at 5,900 RPM and 166 pound-feet of torque at 1,950 RPM. Since most Passat road tests were from the 4-motion cars or the W8 powered cars, acceleration figures are hard to find, but we estimate 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 8.2 seconds, 0 to 100 miles per hour in around 21.8 seconds, with a quarter mile estimated to be around 16.3 seconds at 88.5 miles per hour. Top speed is limited to around 125 miles per hour. The Passat is equipped with a 16.4 US gallon fuel capacity and consumes 4.3 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of 377 miles. Current today EPA fuel economy figures are 19 miles per gallon in the city, 28 miles per gallon on the highway, and a combined average of 23 miles per gallon. While the majority of the Passat wagons sold in North America were shipped with a $1,075 optional 5-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission, a quick glance in the driver's footwell shows 3 pedals hanging from the top to indicate this wagon is a bit more analog. Our car is equipped with a standard 5-speed manual transmission. Now
as we walk along the rear of the vehicle, we are going to cover it in more depth. But as you can see, it is a station wagon. It is a rear hatchback design, has a lot of cargo room, and just absolutely love the wagons. Alrighty, taking a look around the rear of the Passat wagon. As you can see, it's pretty much standard wagon, but it does have that Passat look to it. Carries that same tail lamp design as the sedans do, however in a more upright station wagon form. Now because it's a station wagon, it's also very more upright and boxy, but you do have this really nice chrome trim line here across the windows. And of course you have the large roof rack here as well, which is an added convenience. Large rear window here aids in a tremendous amount of visibility all the way to the rear screen here, and of course you have a rear wiper. Coming down here, you do have the clear lens tail lamps here. The red elements are for brake lights and tail lights, and of course you have the amber turn indicators, and I think this side is burned out, and reverse lights are back here. More chrome here. You have your side marker light back here, and moving around the back, not much really to speak of back here. Pretty standard mid-2000s station wagon. Alright, now let's walk along the profile of the vehicle. As you can see on screen, I have the on-screen dimensions. Not a very large car, pretty much mid-sized car. Not too much worse than the sedan, however you do have tons more cargo room. And a little bit longer wheelbase. It does still carry the same design themes as the sedan does.
Steering is variable rate, vehicle speed sensitive, hydraulically assisted rack and pinion with 3 turns, lock to lock, and a 37.4 foot turning circle. Wheels are 15 by 7 inch silver painted cast aluminum 8 spokes and are shod in 195/65 R15 all-season tires. Brakes on this vehicle are hydraulically assisted 4-wheel disc brakes with 4-channel ABS and full-speed electronic traction control and electronic stabilization control. Up front, we have ventilated 11.3 inch rotors with solid rear 9.6 inch rotors. These brakes can halt the Passat from 70 miles per hour to 0 in roughly 195 feet.
Alright, now as we come across the front of the vehicle, we're also fighting that sun pretty hard. But we're going to go cover the front end in a little bit more detail. But as you can see, it's a little bit more upscale design than the previous Passats were. Kind of align it with the Audi line and of course that Volkswagen Phaeton. Alright, looking up front in a little bit more detail, as you can see here, we have a relatively new face of Volkswagen here. It's kind of to align itself with the upscale Phaeton large car. Has a very Audi look to it. Nice steeply raked windscreen. Folding side view mirrors, and of course you have the side repeaters there. And then coming down the hood line here, it is a little bit dusty, but we'll get past that. We would have clear lens halogen headlamps here. Xenon projector beams are optional, but the lenses are starting to cloud over. But you have the driving light here, your headlamp here inside the projector housing. It's just a halogen bulb though. And of course your turn indicator. Front marker lights up here. As you can see, it's a very chiseled front end, but still very Volkswagen. And down below you do have projector beam fog lamps. Now in the front and center, a chrome grille with a large prominent Volkswagen logo. Actually, these Passats are not bad looking vehicles. Very nice proportions. Alright, now before we get inside, let's take a look at the keys. There's a couple of them. We have the valet key here. Could also be used as your spare key. It is a laser etch key, a little bit harder to duplicate, and it does have the Volkswagen logo. And we've also got the standard remote transmitter key. You have the buttons here, lock, unlock, and your trunk release here. And it would have the Volkswagen logo here, but I think it's fallen off over time. It is a switchblade key, and it has the same laser etch pattern here. Now there is no smart key access here. You can unlock the vehicle by pressing the unlock button, of course. Or you can also stick the key in the receiver there and turn it to unlock the vehicle, but it's already unlocked. So let's go ahead and open up the vehicle and check it out inside. Alrighty, let's take a look at the door panels real quick. It's all anthracite in here. It's a leatherette and vinyl, so you have some vinyl touch materials here, but the door panels are all basically one shade of color. We do have chrome door pulls here, heated side view mirrors with the cold weather package, power mirror controls on the doors. We have your lock and unlock here, window controls, window lockout, padded armrest here, your door pulls here, some mat pockets, little mat pocket storage down here. These buttons here are your release buttons for your fuel filler door and your hatch release. Of course, with the monsoon sound system, we have our larger door speaker here and our A-pillar mounted tweeter here. Coming into the entryway, we have a stainless steel brush tread plate here. And of course, we do have manual seat adjust here. This is the height adjustment. This right here would be your lumbar support here, the upper wheel. The lower wheel here is actually your seat back adjust. And of course, up here we have our fore and aft adjust. Now, taking a look inside the footwell, you'll see 3 pedals hanging from the dashboard. It indicates we have a manual transmission car, which is fantastic. It's a station wagon and a manual. Of course, we also have some storage here in our driver's side instrument panel. It's a nice deep cubby. We have our headlamp control here and our fog lamp control, instrument panel brightness and dim, tilt and telescoping steering wheel, positional air vents. Let's take a quick look at those seats. The seats are heated and they have that perforated leatherette. The head restraints are height adjustable and tilt adjustable, and of course you also have height adjustable seat belts. The seats are actually very comfortable. They're very supportive. You'll note here it also has a side impact airbag. But here's a closer look at the perforations here. They are not ventilated, however. Alright, now that we're inside, let's pan through the interior, show more details. Hydraulically assisted power assisted steering, 4-spoke steering wheel on a neoprene steering wheel. It's not leather wrapped at all. That is the belt minder. It will continue to chime until we fasten the seat belts. On the control stalks here on the left hand side, we have our cruise control. So we have set, reset, on and off here, and then of course we have our turn indicators here and our high beams, flash to pass, and all that kind of stuff. Over here on the right hand side, we have our front and rear wiper washer controls. Taking a look in front of us is a pretty typical Volkswagen instrument cluster. 7,500 RPM tachometer with a digital clock. I don't think this car has a trip computer. We also have a coolant temperature gauge here, fuel level, and 160 mile per hour speedometer over here. 110,559 miles. We do have a little readout here that shows different readouts for warnings. Moving over the top of the dash, as you can see, the dash is still in pretty good shape. It is that soft touch vinyl there. That beeping is very annoying, so we're going to probably turn the car off to save us that trouble. But we'll go ahead and keep everything else on for now. So right here, we have more positional air vents. They're all controlled by these thumb wheels here. You can open and close them by using this wheel here. And of course, you can adjust your airflow direction, left and right. Just like that. Makes it for a clean look here. Moving down the center stack, it is very hard to see because I have this really bright sun behind me. But as you can see, here is the radio stack here. Over here we have our rear window defroster. Heated seat controls via these thumb wheels here, and they control all the way up to 5 for the driver and passenger. Electronic stability program on and off. Over here we have our 4-way flashers and our passenger side heated seat control and a blank switch. Now here we have an AM/FM, CD player, and cassette player. It is the Monsoon Premium sound system, and you also have 6 presets. You can adjust bass, mid, treble, balance, and fade. Dolby noise reduction for your cassette. Tape A and B, switch your sides, all that kind of stuff. Other than that, it's nothing really special here. There's no display screen or anything like that, just the what you see here. Single zone air conditioner controls here, very easy to operate. Fan speed there, panel distribution here, and of course your temperature controller here. Down here we have a ashtray and a 12-volt power point because we don't have the cigarette lighter installed. The manual transmission here. Down in the center console we have dual cup holders, We have our handbrake. We have a padded armrest, which opens up to reveal a small amount of storage. An interesting feature here is the armrest is actually ratcheted, so you can have it up at an angle for more comfort. To reset that, you just have to open it all the way to release that latch. It has come a long way since 2004 in the way of seat height and the design, all that kind of stuff. But overall, this car is still very, very comfortable. Very nice place to be. Now overhead, we do have a manually dimming rearview mirror. On the driver's side sun visor, we have a 3-channel home link universal garage door opener. We have overhead reading lights here. We've also got our dome override here. And this button here controls our sunroof. And you can actually open it in increments, which is really cool. All the way over to completely open here to the vent here. And then here we have a sun visor. It does have an illuminated vanity mirror with the light in the ceiling. And of course the sun visors do swing out. But they also slide out too, which is really nice. Nice cloth headliner here. As stated previously, we do have high adjustable seat belts and dampened overhead assist handles. All right, let's take a look at the rear seat now. The rear door panels carry the same theming as the front doors. Same color, same padded stitch design, chrome door pulls, power windows, your tweeter here for the monsoon system, or that the padding goes all the way through. There is no mat pocket storage here. Larger door speakers here. That same kind of brushed stainless steel tread plate there. And a quick look at the seats reveal that the seats do seat 3 across in a 60-40 split folding seat design. I do not believe these seats recline. They do have high adjustable head restraints on all passenger seating areas. And of course, we've also got a fold down center console here. Nice padded armrest here, which opens up to reveal a small amount of storage and some cup holders that can actually be removed. And I don't know if they could be repositioned elsewhere in the car, but there you go. And it folds back in place and latches back into the seat back. Now the rear seats do have that same perforated leatherette, but they are not heated back here. We do have 3-point belts for all passenger seating areas. And at one time, this car had 12-volt power point here, and I believe an ashtray here, but those have been broken over time, as to be expected. Seat back mat pockets for the backs of the seats, and you'll note the seats are cut out pretty extensively, and that does allow for a better rear seat legroom. Now overhead, we do have overhead assist handles, coat hooks, and lights as well. Now folding the seats is actually very easy. Locating the lever here at the top of the seat, and you can basically pull that seat forward. You don't even have to remove the head restraint, which is really nice. It does not fold flat with the cargo, but it does fold relatively flat. And you see you have access to the rear cargo area, and of course the seat belts are actually stayed out of the way so they don't get smashed, which is really nice. And you want to make sure that's locked in place. several ways to open the luggage area. You can use the switch here, lift up on that. That'll release the luggage area from the door panel. There is also a membrane switch right underneath the Volkswagen logo. There's a little membrane switch here. You can press that. It'll actually unlatch it. You can also take your key. There's actually a release key fob here, or a keyhole here. You can actually turn it that way to the left of the car, and that will actually unlatch it as well. Or you can also use the key fob here, and either way, that'll unlatch it. But the latch is kind of sticking right now, so we'll just open it the old school way. And the hatch is supported by dual gas struts. It is not automatic opening or anything like that. And as you can see here, we do have a nice wide open cargo area. Nice load flat floor. Have a drop-in mat here with these rib sections to help protect it. Underneath, spare tire. Tie-down hooks. Got some right back here. Got a tie-down hook there. Tie-down hook there. Tie-down hook here. And over here as well. We've also got our emergency kit here. This is the jack and tools right in here. And of course the sound system amplifier and all that kind of stuff. It is provisioned for a privacy cover, but it's not in place in this car. These little hooks in the backs of the seats are actually grocery bag hooks, I think. Another nice convenient feature is two 12-volt power points back here. That's pretty convenient. And here would be where your first aid kit would be, but it's not in this car anymore. First aid kit's probably expired by now anyway. Now, if you want to fold the seats, you can actually do that with relative ease back here. However, you'd have to climb into the car and all that kind of stuff. But you can just lift up the seats there, push them down. As you can see, do the same over here. I don't think this one's locked in place anymore, so you just push that down. But there you go, there's the seats folded, and there is the cargo room with the seats in the folded position. To close the lift gate, you just do it like that. Alright, that does about conclude our in-depth review of the 2004 Volkswagen Passat 1.8t GLS Wagon. We hope you found the review informative, and if you did, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews and our Instagram channel at BrensoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.